Welcome back. So hopefully you figured out how to write this calculator and you're getting a stronger, solid grasp of writing methods and structs in Rust. If you got it, excellent work. If you got stuck, let's go through the solution together in any case. Okay. All right, so the first thing we want to do is make this triangle struct. It's going to take these key pair values of base and height. So we're going to do this, let's do it underneath our house struct. I'm going to exercise solution here. So we're going to create a struct. It's going to be called triangle. We have a good convention by using an uppercase T, because remember, our structs are very important, so they deserve uppercases. And we're just going to set up a base, key pair value, U32, and we'll do a height at U32. And that's all we need to do for our triangle. It's all it needs for now, for the first part. Now we want to write this method. It's going to calculate the area, which is base times height over 2. All right. So we're going to bring in our implement keyword, our curly brackets. We want to write a method. So we know how to do that by up here with our function and then the method name. So we're going to say function is going to be, what should we call this? Maybe find area. We're going to use and self for the arguments. And that way we're going to access our base and our height. All right, because we're working within the scope of triangle here. And remember, this actually returns a value. So remember how to return in a function. We want to specifically return something. We bring in this arrow and we say what we want to return explicitly. We want a U32, right? No mismatched types. Well, now using the self keyword, we can access these key values. So I can actually do self.base times self.height divided by 2. And that's our formula, right? Base times height over 2. And we use this self keyword to access in dot notation, just like how we did before with dot notation when we want to access something from our structs. All right. So if you figured this out, great work. If you got a little stuck, well, hopefully it's making more sense now that we're seeing it together. And there you go. There's our method. Now what we want to do is create this new instance, like a new triangle struct, and set the base to 10, height to 30, and then print the calculation of that new triangle. So we could do this in our main function, right? So let's just go under here. I'm going to do down here, I'm going to create a new variable. We're going to say let new triangle. This doesn't have to be uppercase because remember, this is a variable that's going to take an instance of our structure. So we can set that to the triangle, just like we did with our home. And here we can actually set up our properties. So our base is what? Did we give us numbers? Base is going to be 10. And, oops, comma, and our height is going to be, what is it? 30. 30. Now remember it's a variable, so we have to end the expression or the code's going to break. And this should actually run the calculation for us. And now we have everything we need in order to run this calculation. And that's the last thing. Print the method calculation for the area of the new triangle. So I can do down here, I could do print ln. And we could say the area of the triangle is, just like the length is a method that we can run, and now we have a method that we can use, right? This implementation is a method that could be very powerful. We're creating our own library of methods, and we can now run calculations on our new triangles. So if we want to actually run that method, just like we would do when when we want to find the length of something, we can say, well, hey, I want this new triangle data, and I'm going to run in the new triangle dot what? Well, the method, which is the function find area, and then of course we need to run it. So we're going to bring our parentheses. And there you go. And this should work as long as I didn't make any stupid mistakes. Let's take a look and see. Mistakes do happen. Okay. So let's take a look. So let's take a look and see, or like they say in the movies, a look-see. All right, let's run the code. Cannot find type triangle in the scope. So I got an error here at 51. So I didn't spell triangle because of talking about stupid mistakes. I wrote triangle, so I'm going to change this to triangle. Okay, so we see another error over here, and that's because I forgot. Remember, this is a return. We want to return something. This would work if Rust wasn't smart enough to catch it. So we need to add the return statement. So I'm going to expressly add this return statement because we want to return the unsigned 32. So we're going to run it again. And all right, I see a solution here. So we see at the bottom, the area of the triangle is 150. 50. Does that make sense? Well, calculation over here, base is 10. 10 times 30 would be 300, right? 300 divided by 2 is 150. So yeah, that looks like a good calculation to me. That looks like a good calculation to me. You know, if I made this 10 times 10, we'd get 100. So this should give us 50, right? Let's run it again. We see the area of the triangle is 50. Perfect. Okay, so here is a solution to create methods for calculating areas of triangles and our own structures within Rust. I hope that this has been, clarifying for you and maybe fun, maybe. All right, so this is a good founding basis for understanding structs and their value in Rust. Let's put this in our pocket, and when you're ready, let's move on to more valuable tools to learn. Okay, see you when you're ready. Bye-bye.